y'all, it's your girl Phoenix Fire. What's up? Welcome to Girls Got Bars. Today I'm talking to a female that's got a lot of bars. It's Pristavia. Hey Pristavia. How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, girl. How you doing? You all right?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. God is
Thank you
good.
for taking time out to talk with me today. Do you know what I mean?
Of
Make it
course.
happen. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But usually I start off my interviews by asking, why are you called Pristavia?
Well, Pristavia is just actually, it's my first name, my real name, and it's a combination of two names. My mother's name, which is Priscilla, and she liked the name Octavia, so Pristavia. That's what she named me.
Quite interesting. I'm
That
sorry for pronouncing your name wrong because I'm from the UK, so I've got an accent and
see,
that
that's understandable. That's
Octavia.
understandable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Priscilla and Octavia. Because Octavia is the name of random shotgun shook voice. Dr. Octopus
Dr. Octopus.
from
That's right.
Spider-Man.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a big like Marvel fan, so
Oh yeah.
that's what came to my head. But that's interesting. Pristavia. It's a
Yeah.
very interesting name. Okay, well, thank you for letting us know that.
Of
So
course.
how long have you been battling for, and what made you get into battle rap?
So I've been battling now for a little over a year and a half. I've been battling. I mean, well, the first battle that I had was on Christian Battle Rap League. That was like a year and a half, the beginning of 2020 before the shutdown. But secularly, like with secular opponents, only since last year. So September.
Okay,
Actually, sorry, that's probably a package I got. Hold on. I'm so sorry. But
no, that's do your thing, girl. Do your thing.
yeah, so just a year, and what got me into battling is some of the other Christian rappers that I knew. When I saw him do it, I didn't even know that there were Christian battle. I didn't know Saga. I didn't know any of these people,
Mhm.
and I found out that the Christians were battling. I was like, yo, I think I could do that. I was always rapping, but when
Yeah.
I saw them doing that thing. I was like, yo, I think I could do that, and that's just how I kind of got
I
into
love
it.
that. Do you know what? I love like Christian battle rappers and battle rap. Do you know what I mean? Battle rap is a field full of a lot of aggression, a lot of energy, dark energy. So sometimes it's good to have that balance with the light
Yeah,
energy as well, for real. Like, so
yeah,
great Christian battle rappers, and sometimes they get a hard time because of
yeah,
their beliefs. And
definitely.
stuff. Like, man, how you a Christian and you're spitting gun bars? Like, come on. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? But
right.
I
Yeah,
appreciate the art for what it is, you know?
yeah.
So my next question is, does being a Christian enhance or limit your writing?
Well, you definitely got to think about the material. You want to be conscious of the material that you're saying, and yeah, it's definitely. Whereas I think everybody else have like just free reign and liberty, they can say the most disrespectful, terrible things possible that you could think of, and they get no flag for it. Um, if you're a Christian battle rapper, you definitely have to be careful with what you say. The moment you say a curse word, you say anything, they're on your back and they're calling you a hypocrite. But it is what it is. So
Yeah,
yeah, you got to be a little bit more creative, I think.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
How do you feel about biblical bars in battle rap in general?
Well, I mean, even those who, that's the funny thing about it. It's like everyone becomes this Bible scholar when it comes to battle rap. It's like all of a sudden you guys know all these your historians in the
Right?
gospel,
Yo,
right?
see, Seth had a lot of Bible bars in his battle versus
They
John John the Don.
Yeah, they all do. That's the funny thing about it. They all do. They all will have some type of Bible bar. Some of them, you know what, when you study the word, they're not accurate. I'm like, I listen to it and I'm like, okay, they said that it sound good, but it's not quite accurate, and the people will cheer for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
they're not always right.
Mm. I'll give you an example. Yusuf said to John, he's like, follow me. Jesus had apostles. I got killers that could die for me. As long as the numbers right, you know what they'll do to honor me? Deuteronomy. What did you think of that, bro?
You know what, the Deuteronomy, it
Yeah.
fits.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of
Numbers,
it
Deuteronomy.
fits. I mean, it's not. I mean, if you want to like break it down, break it down. We know the Deuteronomy's in the Old Testament. It don't really, relate. It doesn't really fit. It's just random Bible references he just put into, But I get it. It fits. Fits
Okay.
Deuteronomy. Yeah, I get it.
You had a great action. That was nice.
That was a
It's
good
all
bar. That was a good bar.
it was. You know what I mean? I did a bar breakdown for you. You spat a lot of bars versus Diesel. How did your battle? How do you feel like your battle with Diesel went?
I felt it went really well. I felt like I was comfortable. I felt like in a good flow, and I had a good pace and everything. So, and I was able to get through the material clean, which is what I was worried about. That because no matter how much you rehearse, you still worry, am I gonna get through this clean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
thank
yeah.
God I did. So I think it went really well.
Yeah, no, you really did. I thought it was a great battle for you. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it was a lot. You were spitting, girl. You were spitting. I did a bar breakdown. Hold on, let me
Thank
let
you.
me try and spit at least a bar in each set. Hold on. Uh, every round. This was nice though. Every round, it's about how you gonna snuff me with a fifth. Then you snuffing me again. Oh, the Atari controller. You
Yeah,
going
red
red
button
button
with the
stick.
stick. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to
Only
see if you have.
only only those who are in our age group, really get the reference. Like we know the
Yeah,
old
yeah,
Atari controller.
the Atari, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, they asked me. They asked me how I did it. J Lo's box. The rod was in it.
Hmm.
Rod in the box. Um, this was kind of funny. I don't bend rules. I break rules. Your face too. There's nothing in this world that you can accuse me of that I
That I
ain't.
ain't do.
I loved it. Fire,
Thank
fire.
you.
It was cooking, though. Trust me.
Thank you.
So, who do you think so far has been the hardest person for you to write for so far?
To write for, I think, you know what, so far okay, to be honest, maybe Diesel, because when it came to the third, not that it was, I think I was somewhat lacking the motivation, but only, I would say, only the hardest to write for, because normally I write within like 3 days. Diesel was the only one where when it came to the third round, I finished it about like only a week before. And I
Okay.
was still, even the day of, I was still ambivalent about some of the bars, like still asking my team, should I take this out? Should I put this in? That very morning, I was like, well, how am I gonna end it? I was still ambivalent about how I was gonna end the third. So although she wasn't the toughest opponent, she was probably the toughest to write for, only because I was just like, I don't know. I was excited about being on
So, why do you
caffeine.
feel like you weren't motivated to write for her like that?
Because I think I probably wanted, like, because of the platform, a greater challenge, and
Okay.
just from her previous work, I personally wasn't wowed. I wasn't like wowed by, not that, she's okay. I think she's good.
Yeah,
She's
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Okay.
But it wasn't like another name.
So let me ask you this, man. Who
uh
would be your ideal battle?
I think
In a
I
battle,
think
if you
for,
could.
well, female on female
Female,
specifically.
female, female.
Okay,
Yeah.
probably
Let's talk
official.
about female.
Yeah.
Official. Do you know what? Thank you. Because I swear,
Mhm.
no, for real. As soon as I heard you, I'm like, I want to see her versus official.
Yeah, I think everybody would love that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
I love
yo.
official.
No,
She's
when I first heard you, you gave
mhm.
me the same vibe, the same feel I got when I first heard official.
A
Like for
lot of
real.
people say that. A lot of people say that.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. She's my personal
Fire,
favorite lady battle rapper. She's dope. I
fire.
like her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pistavia, sorry,
It's
Pistavia
okay
versus
because
no, no, no. I want to say it properly. Pistavia versus official would be crazy fire. Oh my gosh. Mhm. I love it, man. I love it.
yeah.
Um, hold on. So I'll watch that. All right. So let me ask you this: what is more important in battle rap, performance or believability?
Hmm. I personally think believability, because I don't know. I think when you got people like Geechee Gotti, who's not a animated performer, but he got so much conviction, you believe the bars, you're like, oh my gosh, he's fire. Versus you could move around the stage a whole lot more. It could either help or hurt. It could be a distraction, or it could add value to your performance. But what I personally prefer is probably just believability. It's something about when you got like real hard bars, like people like T-Top or Geechee Gotti, you just got hard bars. Then people believe what you're saying. Then that's my personal preference.
Right. Okay. So having said that, who is the most believable male and the most believable female in battle rap?
The most believable, probably. I would say probably Geechee. I don't know. He just got like this type of swag about him.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And I made a post one time on Facebook. I'm like, I was saying it jokingly, but I was saying about Geechee. I was like, I love when Geechee says, I done shot plenty niggas in my battles, because he says that in so many battles, but it's hilarious. Just the way he said it. But I love Geechee. I love Geechee Gotti.
Yeah,
so I think Geechee Gotti is one of those that has great believability. As far as the ladies, just believability. Let me think hard on this one. Just code of reputation. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just started. I'm gonna be honest. I just started following like the female battle rap a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. Who do you think? Maybe give me an idea.
I have to put E-Heart up there. E-Heart is my believable.
E-Heart. See, I didn't want to say the wrong person. That's a perfect answer. See, I was trying to go through. I was mentally going through all the faces in my head. E-Heart, 100%. I agree with that. Thank you.
Definitely.
Her and Flames too. Flames. Definitely. I love Flames. She's a firecracker.
There's a lot more, but off the top, like come to mind, E-Heart would be the first person I'd say. Like
absolutely.
She's cold. You know
absolutely.
Okay. What do you think is the best bar you've ever said in battle rap so far? Your nicest bar.
My nicest bar. I think one. I would have to probably sit with them, but I probably like the more like of the political bars, because that goes over the people's head. Some of the political things that I say, but I think I'm gonna just use for my like recent battle. I think the whole setup when I did it's probably not my best bar, but like the whole I'll stick it in like an IV, twist it in like a lock key, get it stuck in your side piece, take it up like a hobby. I think a lot of people just like that setup, that build up,
Crazy. I love that.
Thank you.
That was crazy.
I should have chosen a biblical bar, right? I can't think of it.
It's all right. Whatever you feel like. You know what I mean? But I'm just thinking, why did I write here talking about? Okay, no. Check out my bar breakdown, y'all, for this battle. I did a bar breakdown.
Awesome.
Yeah, for your battle, because you had some bar about. It was a biblical bar, but you didn't say the verb. He who withholds his rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him diligently. And I feel like I incorporated that into the bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And I caught that, and I thought that was fire.
Thank you.
Fire. Okay, so I've asked you that. Okay, let's see what I got for you. All right, so what three females do you think have the most potential, apart from yourself? Three other females have the most potential in battle rap.
Has the most potential in battle rap? I mean, who I would think are one of the just the three like top really good battlers, and just overall, I really like. I think Miss Hustle is a huge stat. She's just fire. I think that her bars are crazy. She, in addition to her performance and her formidable presentation. I think that, you know, Miss Huss was really good. I think First Lady Flames, one of the best that I've seen her. I'm like, that version of First Lady Flames is scary when she's versus E Heart. That's a scary version of
Love that.
First Lady
I
Flames.
got a bar breakdown, y'all. Check it out. Fire. Barz.
That is that's another level she tapped in.
Flames is crazy with it.
Yeah, that's wild crazy. And you said has the most potential. That was the question ultimately.
Yeah.
And I may go with I might go with C3 because I think we seen her with her last performance. She certainly leveled up. I mean, we always knew that she was nice. She always had bars. And I think she brings something different than a lot of the other females than other females have. She can freestyle. She has stage presence. She's funny. She's one of the most well-rounded females, in my opinion, because she got so many elements that the guys have, and she execute upon it well. I've seen her battle somebody before her first bar. Only thing she said was, "Are those Team Jordans?" In reference to the sneakers that he was wearing. I mean, I don't follow that stuff, so I had no idea what it meant. But the crowd went crazy. That line, she said, "Are those Team Jordans?" It was just, and they went bananas. But that type of, she just has like a vet presentation about her. So C3 continuing to grow in her craft, and she's great potential.
I agree, definitely. That's fire. Okay. So I'm gonna put you through what I call my Phoenix Fire rounds. Okay.
Nice.
First question: if you could ask God one question, and He will answer you, of course, honestly, what would you ask Him?
I would ask him about suffering. I think suffering is, and especially, you know, when we look at either the Old Testament, there's a lot of questions that's just not answered. A lot of people kind of appropriate, when they read about, you know, slavery in the Bible, they just think about modern Western slavery, don't think about how it, you know, really was back then, that it was more of a caste system, etc. But there was a lot of killings and war and murder, and I think that's one of the biggest things that keep us separated from God, and that causes us to, you know, lose faith if we ever had it. When you go through suffering, a parent losing a child or losing a parent or anything like that. So to ask him about, you know, suffering, because I think it's the hardest thing that we deal with here as humans. Yeah.
So what would you ask Him about suffering? Or why do we have to suffer?
Yeah. Like, why do we have to suffer? I mean, we know that, you know, that Christ not only suffered for us, but suffered with us. And so we know that it's not a punishment, because the Bible talks about how it pleased God to crush the Son, in a sense that when the Bible talks about that Christ, who knew no sin but became sin, that we may be you know, children of God. So we knew that his Son had to go through suffering. Even his Son wasn't denied suffering. So we know that Christ suffered not only for us but with us. However, I think that's just the most difficult experience that we have as his children are suffering.
Okay. Thank you for that answer. That was deep.
Thank you. Thank you.
If there was a book of commandments for the modern world, 2021, what would be 3 of the commandments?
If there was a book of commandments in 2021,
yeah, for the modern world.
For the modern world. I mean, okay, so I want to understand your question well. So you mean of taking of the old of the Old Testament, just new commandments, period.
New commandments for them, because life has changed so much since the first commandments were
right.
So if you could make 3 commandments for the world as it is now, what would they be?
Well, I think the beauty of when the Bible talks about, I'm going to say what I believe about, when the Bible talks about how Christ didn't do away with the law, but he didn't do away with the law, but how Christ himself, how does it say? I'm trying to think of the scripture exactly. In essence, he fulfilled the law. That's the word I'm looking for. He didn't do away with the law, but he fulfilled the law. And with that was the new commandment of love, to love to love your neighbor as yourself, to love God with all your heart, all your mind, your soul. And so that love, that command, that one commandment really is all that we need, which absolves all the other commandments. Because if I love you, if I'm loving you intentionally, if I'm loving you unconditionally, then I won't do all those harmful, hurtful things onto you. So we really only need the one commandment. We don't need 3 commandments. All we need is that one commandment, which is to love. And then I know that I'm being a good neighbor. And so technically, in my opinion, that's all. That's today. It's still relevant. Love is the only commandment.
Pristavia, I love that answer. Honestly, that answer touches me for real because love is the greatest commandment.
That's it.
That's fire.
That's it. Thank you.
That's
God is good. That's the word. That's his word.
All the time. You already know. Okay. What animal would be the scariest if it could talk?
Ay, Dios mío. The animal that would be the scariest. She's just about any really big one, but probably I would say like the biggest one, like a whale, but we don't see those often, right?
Yeah. We'll be talking in the sea.
You'll be talking in the sea. So we won't even hear it because not many of us encounter whales almost ever in our lives. But I guess anyone that's really dangerous that could talk like a lion or elephant is beautiful, so we're probably even more friendly. So maybe a whale. That's scary. I don't know.
Okay, whale would be pretty scary. I mean, it's bad enough how big they are. That's already scary.
Yeah, that's scary.
Too. That's crazy.
Yeah, they come to the surface.
Spider. Imagine a spider. Spider. Hell no.
That's hilarious.
Hell no.
That's hilarious. Great question, by the way. I've never heard that question. That's a really good question. It's out of the box.
It's so good. Let me ask you this. What do you think is the most important lesson you have learned about life so far?
One of the most important lessons, one of the scriptures that dang, there's so many. Because, I mean, when you think about the word of God, you could apply so many. Which one is? I want to consider well what I think is paramount to all others. I mean, one of the greatest lessons that I learned, the Bible talks about, the psalmist says, Lord, cause me to know that the length of my days and that life is but a hand's breadth. I think that, we could waste so much time. This is to redeem the time. We could waste so much time doing and not living in the present, and trying to figure out. I've relinquished trying to answer all the questions. I'm okay now with not knowing some things. Who can fathom the mind of Christ? And even when you talk about Job, when he says to Job, where were you when I was creating the moon and the stars and I was garnishing the heavens? Where were you? So you try to figure out all these questions. You want to be so wise. You want to be so smart, and then you're wasting time instead of living. And so Lord, cause me to know that life is just but a handbreadth, the length of my days, so that we don't waste a lot of time. I think a lot of us waste a lot of time on bad relationships and on unnecessary things. And I don't know. That's one of the lessons for me.
That's interesting. Okay,
yeah,
that's a good one. Time is very precious. You know what I mean?
Time is very precious.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple of battles. Some of them are some old battles. Tell me how you call these battles, okay?
All right. Hopefully, I remember it.
If you remember, if you don't, I'll move on to the next battle. First battle is Lady Flames versus Coffee Brown.
See, I don't remember that. Remember, I didn't follow a lot of the ladies for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh, girl! I hope you watched someone cool. Next battle. Let's move on. Miss Hustle versus 40 Barz.
I saw some of that battle. From what I remember, I see. I don't remember the whole thing. Only thing I remember, I was watching it and I fell asleep on it. It was a great battle. Not that it wasn't a good battle. I was just tired. But 40 bars was going in that first round. I mean, not 40 bars. Miss Hustle. I think people gave it to 40, but I don't remember it. Like I said, but what I remember seeing is that Miss Hustle's first round was going crazy. So I wonder what I'll go back and watch it tonight probably.
Yeah.
But I think they gave it to 40. So 40 must have done well. Like I said, I don't remember it, but I do remember Miss Hustle's first round was amazing.
Yeah, it was a dope battle, definitely.
Yeah.
That battle. Jazz the rapper versus E Heart.
Again, I do remember
Pristavia.
guilty as charged. I think I watched that battle a minute ago, so I don't remember it, but I do remember.
If you don't remember it, don't say, because obviously if you don't remember it, so you're not sure.
Yeah,
I want one more. If you don't remember it, that's fine. We'll move on to another question, okay? That's one is Yoshi G versus Chrissy Yamaguchi.
That was a recent one. Okay, so I was there for that one. That was the same one that I battled Tia S in the building. Certainly, it looked like it was given to Chrissy. And both those ladies did lovely. Watching it back on cam, I think I called it 2-1 Yoshi. I gave Yoshi the second and third. I gave Chrissy the first. I think that the third was an edge. Because it could have kind of gone either way, but then Yoshi kind of like picked it up because Chrissy had a crazy line that could have ended everything in the third when she said, about, if she's giving head for an hour, that means the head is trash. Now, that was a crazy, just like concept, of a bar. So that was fire. But watching it back on cam, I think Yoshi felt like she wasn't appreciated in the room, but I don't think so. I think when you watch it back on cam, people were responding and they were showing her love.
Battle. She had
I think she felt like the crowd was biased, but I think that they were responding to the bars that resonated with them. So yeah, I call that one 2-1 Yoshi. Yeah.
Okay. That was a dope battle. Definitely.
Yeah, I see. That's a recent one. That's kind of fresh in my mind. So, yeah.
So coming up, Miss Hustle versus Coffee Brown's coming up soon. Do you know what I mean?
It's gonna be a bar fest.
It's gonna be a dope battle.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bar fest. That's gonna be dope.
Who's going at it? Who's gonna win that battle?
I got maybe Hustle 2-1. Okay. I think they both. Actually, it could go either way 2-1, but I'm guessing if I could just go out on a limb, I would say Hustle 2-1. Both those girls get crazy, so that's a fantastic battle. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. It's a fantastic.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what else I got here. All right, final question for you, girl. I'm not asking questions. I appreciate your patience and that. Who is on your Mount Rushmore?
Say again?
Who is on your Mount Rushmore?
Females? Since we're doing girls bars?
Yeah.
Okay. Females, I think.
No, give me females and then give me males as well.
Okay, got you. I think for females, you could say E Heart for sure. 40 bars. She's very much appreciated in the culture. Yeah. Official. I think she put in a lot of work. And I'm trying to think of who really with everything just as a wholesome. Who's the fourth girl? Who I said E Heart. I don't know who you think is the fourth. I'm cheating, right? I said, who else is there? That people want to say Jazz. I would want to say Jazz, but she hasn't had a lot of battles. So
yeah, people say that about Jazz, but I thought Jazz is fire. But
yeah, she is fire.
Yeah, she is.
She definitely is fire, without question. She's fire. So, but I think work ethic also. I think is also like when people like Official who's battled the dudes who stood in front of crazy dudes. That's honorable. Who's been battling a long time, who's been consistent a long time. She battled some hard dudes. She battled Arsenal, Nitty, Rock. That to me is a no-brainer. A person like that is on Rushmore.
So many people, man. I love
So many people, and she stood with those guys like that. So that's definitely so yeah. But I would want to say just for yeah, I guess I would say an honorable what did I say? What's her name? Jess.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's her name.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, so Pristavia. So I'm saying your name properly now. Pristavia.
Yes.
It's been lovely talking to you. I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
I definitely did. It was quite interesting and fun. So thank you for inviting me.
So good though. Before you go, can you shout out your social media and how we can find you for people that don't know? We can follow you, subscribe to you, and all that. Check out your stuff.
Sure. So at Pristavia on IG, that's Pristavia, and it's at Pristavia D on Twitter. So you can follow me there. So, and I'm just Pristavia on YouTube. So, yeah. Thank you.
It's so good. Make sure y'all follow her, subscribe, all of that. Check out her battle. She's
Appreciate
fire.
that.
Bars after bars after bars.
Appreciate
Trust me,
that.
y'all. And check out my Pristavia versus Diesel bar breakdown.
Awesome breakdown. I loved it. Yeah, you were right. You had your notes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I know everything. Yo, love that you're dying. Because I got an accent, so that you got to die.
Oh yes, you liked. I saw that you appreciated that. I saw that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Trust me. It's fire.
Awesome. Thank you.
But I'll be in touch, girl. All right, and keep doing what you're doing, man. You're gonna go far.
Thank you so much.
Fire.
I appreciate you. Shout out to you. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.